Head coach Shaun Falzone is here on Monday, following the opening weekend of the season. Probably some mixed feelings after the first weekend. Some stuff doesn't show up on a score sheet. I just want to start with the good stuff, and I mean, you can't say enough about the effort of Mosley, I thought, in game 2. That was something that really stood out for me on the weekend. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think Mosley came out and played really well against his past team, and I think he had a point to prove that he could handle being a net, and thought he played very strong in there.
Yeah. Okay, so overall, I guess we're kind of in a similar situation to last year. It's better. I want to be clear on that, but still playing our own end is got to be a big concern right now, getting the puck out of our own end.
Yeah, it started off with the first game was positioning. Positioning was pretty bad. They were all over the ice chasing and trying to catch everybody themselves. And then the second game we got better positioning.
Yeah.
Just I think the 2 games in a row and the fans in the stands and all that kind of stuff kind of took a little more wind out of their sails than I would have liked. So my effort could have been better in the second game, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, you know what you have to work on now, right? You have a pretty good idea of things that you're going to work on before Chicago gets here this weekend. Do you think things are gonna look better, like on the weekend?
Yep. The advantage was on Monday, instead of having ice, we gave them the day off, but we ended up doing video breakdown with them.
Yesterday.
And yesterday. I'm sorry, Sunday. My apologies.
Yeah.
Sunday. And I think the players woke up to see themselves and understood what we're talking about now. And now they're understanding more of the gliding when we should be skating, the positioning when we're out of position, that kind of stuff. They got more details and it got individually broken down where players got to see their mistakes. And I think it woke them up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it's invaluable to be able to see what you did, because sometimes your memory of it is different than what it really was.
Correct. Players see one thing during the game, why they're playing.
Right.
We actually see the whole game and try to explain to them what we're seeing, but then you're colliding. So it's easier to show them on a video and go, here you go, this is what I was saying. They're going, oh yeah, you're right.
Going into the weekend series, you were expecting a physical team that you're going up against. I didn't think it was so much physical as it was maybe chippy. There was some discipline problems from both teams, obviously. Yeah. And that's I don't know where you stand on that yourself, but it's costly. You were missing 2/3 of your top line at the end of the second game, but they weren't necessarily terrible things, but it was just unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah, it was the idea of the players learn how to control themselves. They did a decent job at it. They could have done a lot better at it for sure. And I mean, their team came out a bit slow at the beginning without the physicality, but then they started getting to the players. They started playing a more physical game. We started throwing it back. Unfortunately, it's just we got to understand how it is as rookies to how to play the game a little smarter.
Okay. And probably the biggest positive for me out of a bad situation was the fact, and we talked about it the other day, that you kind of got to audition a few players in positions that are situations that maybe they wouldn't normally be in, like special teams. And I thought that looked pretty good. There was some guys that really took advantage of getting on the ice. I don't know if you want to name anybody in particular, but I thought it seemed like it worked out pretty good. Yeah,
when your top players are not on the bench at the time of the penalty, for the penalty kill, we had guys fill in that were, I knew could play the position, but it was good to see them actually do it during the game and compete with a team that was getting some shots and goals on us. So
okay. All right, so moving on then, we're past our first series now. We have to work towards the Chicago Cougars, an extremely difficult opponent last year. They had, they're a high offense team. They always score a lot, and last year they had maybe 2 or 3 of the top scorers in the league. So they were a team that made you pay for pretty much every mistake.
Yes.
Do you expect the same this year? I would assume they're probably going to be a high-octane offense once again.
Yeah, the Cougars will be a good team. They've lost those players, they aged out, but I know the Cougars well enough to know they've picked up some more players that can fill that role. And they have a lot more veterans that stick around for them last couple of years. So they'll be a strong team again. You know, it helps us start building up for our strong teams in our league, like the Moose and the Ox and those guys.
Right.
You know, so we'll play against them. We're working on the basic stuff now to get them prepared for the game, and then we'll get a little more advanced here in the next couple of days. But it's a good opportunity for them to understand how it is to play different divisions and see the caliber of teams our divisions too. So we're excited about it. And of course, it's the Cougars, so it's always a rival for us.
Yeah, that's right. And then, so coming up, a couple of things. You're still doing the fundraising for the event at the Outlet Mall.
Correct.
And this is the first, I guess, mention of a local event. You are out of action next weekend, after this weekend, and you'll be attending an event at Dells Raceway Park. Come to find out this weekend that it's actually a championship night, so it should be a pretty exciting night at DRP.
Yeah, we're excited. The boys haven't done that yet. They haven't been out in the community like that yet with their uniform, with the jerseys on. It's the first year we did it. Was amazing, and that was 11 years ago, so we're excited to go back and do it again.
Yeah, thanks, Matt Panier, our announcer, for setting that up. He runs a series that is going to be wrapping up its season at Dells Raceway Park that night, and I understand it's a pretty close race. We'll talk more about that as it gets closer. So, Coach, good luck this week. We'll be talking to you again every day as you get ready for the Cougars. But you know what you have to do, and I guess it's just time to maybe get the guys a little bit more prepared for this weekend. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.